Well, okay. Now, I'm going to give, no, actually, how do I describe this? No, I don't think I will. So, anyway. Yeah. You've been hired to go investigate this ghost ship, right? And, oh, Booty Slayer, you said something? What is that?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. But yes, the king hired you to investigate the ghost ship. It was with yeah. And so, I have a question. Do you wanna like talk to each other and do some roleplay when you're on the road, going toward this ship, or do you want to just say that you're at the ship and then investigate right there? Which do you want to do? What do y'all want to do?
I'm not opposed to either myself.
Same.
I like to be at the ship.
Doesn't really matter to me.
I'm gonna really the loudest y'all can be. Man, I'm gonna need to turn up my volume. You know, kind of quiet. Let's try this again. Alright. So, you will say that you want to be at the ship. Okay. It's a rather big ship. And you see there's a... The ship looks like it's, rather... There's like a merfolk, right, on the side. It's looks like a male merfolk. Some nice long, he has long fins, you know. Long fins streaming behind him. And this merfolk guy, he has no mouth though. Instead of having like a nose and a mouth, there's just this like it's just like the flesh has rotted away to reveal like a jaw and teeth, you know, and like that part where the nose should be, but there's no nose, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's an interesting image. You don't really know what it's supposed to represent, but yeah.
Wait. Explain it again?
So, you know what? I'm gonna go find an image so I can, because I need to describe this better. So, there's some kind of like a male merfolk, right? He has what appears to be a pair of wings, rather fleshy wings. And
Do they look natural?
yes. And he has a long tail with his fins streaming behind him. And this merfolk, painted on the side, he, instead of having a nose and a mouth, he has a place where his flesh rotted away, so you see teeth and you see bone, because he has no nose and no mouth, so the meat rotted away.
Can I try and destroy it? It might be unholy.
It's painted on the side of a boat. I don't know. It is this merman. He's painted all on the side.
Would destroying that part of the boat sink the boat?
No, but you shouldn't do it.
It
Well,
might hamper our investigation.
I guess I'll just cover it up.
Worst case, we destroy the boat when we leave.
Yeah, no, totally fine with that idea. I guess I'll just find something to cover it up with, and or maybe if I can, just erase it off the wall. Either one.
So, I'm gonna ask: are we ourselves on a boat, or is the boat next to land?
Okay. So the way I remember this happening was that you were all supposed to arrive at this ghost ship. I don't know why you went to a ghost ship when you're supposed to be in a different town investigating the shadows, but anyway, you were supposed to arrive at a ghost ship where, there was a guy like painted on the side, right? And you were riding on land, and you went to a dock where it was. Well, I mean, it wasn't like a dock that people use, but this ghost ship was floating here. It's floating near land, and somebody built a pier, and so that in case you want, so that I don't know why they built a pier. I wasn't told why, but they built it. And I mean, y'all got, and the cart was over on land. Y'all got out of the cart, and you walked over onto the pier, so you could get a good look at the ship. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
Alright.
Pretty sure.
Now, like, how large is the boat?
It's about 120 feet long. It's very big. It's like a pirate ship. Oh, also, on its flag, its flag is a kind of a light green color with a black skull on it.
Would I know what that means, or do I need a roll to see
No,
if I do?
but the audience does. So, you wouldn't know what that means.
So I'll turn to the group that's here and ask, what do you guys want to do with this?
I don't really care what we do. I mean, we can go on it if you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm perfectly fine staying out here on the boat.
We could go in and inspect, I suppose.
Alright. So, you're saying you want to get on the boat and investigate it. Well, there isn't really a bridge to get on the boat.
Question, can my mount swim? Like, can it swim well enough to swim over to the boat and then climb up with its...
Your mount can swim over to the boat, yes. Not
Alright,
with you
so I
on
guess
it. Not with you
No,
on
I
it.
figured.
It can't
Okay,
carry.
so
It can't carry very much more weight than itself if it is swimming.
could it carry a rope?
Yes, it could
Okay,
carry a
then
rope.
I'll essentially order my mount to swim over to the boat and climb up.
Yes, it does so. The lizard hole grips the rope with its with its teeth as it swims over there. Wait,
I provided a way for you guys to get aboard.
Are you throwing the rope at us for us to pull along, or
No, it was more the lizard had the rope trailing behind it, so it's hanging off the boat for you guys to get up with.
I'll climb it.
all right.
I suppose I'll go over and climb up the rope as well. Over there.
same here?
And I'll head back for them.
All right. You're going to get on the boat, okay? You see on the boat there's a. The planks on the deck are rather. They're rather soft. Now, I don't mean soft like rotten soft, but it's they begin to indent, as if you step too hard on them, which some of you do step pretty hard, it does leave a shallow indentation in the boards. You're surprised. You wouldn't think that a ship would be made of soft wood. You would think it would be made of very hard wood. There's a kind of place in the middle of the ship where it's kind of open, The mast extends through the deck, right? There's an area where the three masts are, right? In the middle of the ship, right? It's empty. You can jump down to the lower deck, right? Now,
Here.
the masts are, of course, connected by planks to the upper deck and the lower deck, right? But it's not a very wide connection, not wide enough that you could I mean, you could walk over it, but you'd have to try to keep your balance, It's not a very wide walkway. Now over this opening, there's nothing. There's no grill. There's no grate. It's not like there's maybe some removable boards. No, it's just open in that center area.
Oh boy.
Oh. How deep of a drop is it into that second area, or through the hole?
About 8 feet.
If we have no other ideas, we might as well go down into the depths of the ship.
Could I peer through the hole, see if I can see anything before we jump down?
Well, the lower deck looks the same as the upper deck. It looks pretty much the same. I mean, it's not. I mean, now there are some pieces of glass, you know, but they're not very sharp. They look old and dusty pieces of glass. Okay, well, no. Not like shards. It's like whole pieces of glass. You don't really know why they're shaped the way that they are, because they have various odd shapes, but they look like they were forged that way. In addition, there are some pieces of torn fabric.
Maybe someone was attacked.
Maybe. Or
Possibly.
perhaps the ship was abandoned. Are there signs of having been a struggle at all anywhere around here?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, detect magic. Well, you see there's an aura around you of necromancy, right? It's not a very, it's not a very strong aura around everything, but there's a, it's faint. Everything feels kind of, everything just kind of have that slight aura of necromancy coming off it. All the glass, the fabric, the boards of the ship, all feel you feel the necromancy on all of them.
I would relay that to everyone else. There's definitely a necrotic feeling about this place.
Now, I don't want to make any assumptions, but what would my church's stance on necromancy be? I assume negative?
Well, not necessarily. Well, your church might. I mean, yes, negative, but not necessarily.
Burn it to the ground?
Yes. Yes, that's
Alright.
Yeah.
My guy looks uncomfortable at this being necromantically related. But he's gonna pop down into the hole.
Okay.
Do I... Is it dark down there, or is it well lit?
Sorry, I have to go, guys.
What happened?
My brother is asking me to go give my dog a bath. It's gonna take a really long time. I'll be back in like an hour or so.
Yeah, okay. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Let me know what happens.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna assume the second level of the ship is just dark, or is it lit?
2 people left.
Yeah.
What happened? Who
I have
left?
no idea. Booty Slayer.
Well, no. I mean, there were 6 people. Now there are 4. Booty Slayer, he said he was going to leave, but somebody else also left.
Yeah.
And they're no longer on the server. Craft.
Booty Slayer is no longer on the server.
No, someone
Booty
else.
Slayer is. Someone else is gone.
Yeah. Craftosaurus 61. It was Craftosaurus. He left. What happened to... And he also unfriended me. No, he blocked me.
Wow.
This guy blocked me.
Oof.
Quickly.
You know, I'm gonna say this. Okay, just as a side note, now that it's no longer urgent that I keep pushing the campaign. Oh no, wait. No, never mind. I shouldn't say that. Never mind. Anyway, so...
Feel free, speak your piece.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say that on live stream. Anyway, so the...
Streaming?
Yeah, I put in the advertisement.
I'm
pretty sure I informed all of you that this would be live streamed.
I guess it slipped my mind, but whatever, I'm fine with it.
I'm pretty sure I told you. But
You might.
you know what? I'm just gonna say I did. How about that?
Yeah, you probably
I'll just say
did.
that. I'll just say that I did. I'll just say that I did. Anyway, so.
Do you wanna stop the stream?
No,
Take like a quick break.
I'm just trying to remember what I was saying. Okay, so the ship begins to shake a bit. It begins to not really forward and back, but it does go side to side. Shakes. Not like it shakes too fast for it to be the waves pushing it around, because there was a gentle rocking from the waves already, but this is rather a dramatic shaking.
I'll pull out my glaive and look around. I'm going to assume it's dark down here, so I just am using my dark vision.
I mean, it's brightly lit below the hole, and it's dimly lit in other places because it's like 3 p.m. So you can see pretty well even. Yeah. Look around you. Well, I mean, no zombies have like walked out of a closet or anything. But the shaking continues.
Do I see like any doors or passages into different parts of the ship?
Yes. Now, the part of the ship that you're on, it's about 40 feet long, right? Now, the ship is about 20 feet wide. The section that you're in right now is about 40 feet long. There's doors, right? There's 2 doors, right? One to the left, one to the right, in one direction, and on the other side of this 40-foot long area, there's 2 doors, right? One left, one on the right. Whole area in the middle. You feel like this area in the middle is probably where people sat when they ate. Just gives off that dining energy, right?
Yeah.
Considering all the glass on the floor, I mean,
It was probably a glass ceiling then. Something.
Oh, Iemed is online. I wonder where he was. Oh, did he think that? Did he think that this would meet at 5 and not 4? That's possible. It's possible that he thought we would meet at 5 and not 4. You know, it's 4:40 right now. Anyway, so the doors. Yes, there are 4 doors that are around you, and the doors are different colored wood. They're they're a lighter colored wood with stripes in it.
Alright.
As you can tell by my boost in confidence, I've quit trying to follow what the DM notes say.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. If I have to follow DM notes, it's going to be stiff and awkward because I'm not good at that. But if I can improvise and say whatever I want, then it's much more flowing.
Easier,
you know.
I was going to ask you: is this a homemade campaign? Or...
Okay. So, you remember when I was saying the notes by Booty Slayer earlier? Okay, I don't know who wrote this, but somebody other than me wrote the plot hook, and they didn't give me the plot hook. They just said that they wrote it, and they would give it to me during this session, right? But they're not here, and I don't know where they went. But they were here yesterday.
So you yourself didn't make a campaign plot? You didn't world build or anything like that?
I think he more meant this specific encounter.
Yes. No, the plot I know, but he didn't tell me, but he told me that it was a ghost ship, and he didn't tell me anything else about the ghost ship, because I know that there are supposed to be combat encounters on this ship, and you're supposed to meet some guy who you talk to, but I don't have any description for either the combat or this old guy. So I don't know what to do, right? And so I'm making up my own things right now, okay? You're not going to meet the guy, and you're not going to probably, I mean, you might fight something, but not whatever he wanted you to fight. But I mean, you say I didn't do world building. I did. I mean, I know some. Okay, never mind. Never mind. But please, you know what? Just explain. What do you mean when you said that I didn't do writing plot or world building? What do you mean? Like, I know that might sound clear to you. It probably sounds clear to the other person in the chat too, but I wasn't really clear on what you're trying to say.
No, it wasn't. It was just a question in terms of like. So I personally DM 2 campaigns at the moment, and one was more of like a on the fly, use my resources type of deal. But my second one, NPCs, plot, encounters, stuff like that. I usually have that all set up in my own set of notes. There's there's a truth there. I mean, improv is a big part of it, but I don't think that most people would, and I could be wrong. I don't think most people would just not know anything about their own campaign that they're trying to run.
Well, okay. What was supposed to happen is, while you were on this ghost ship, talking to the old guy and fighting the things was going to give you some clues that led you to somewhere else, where the part where I wrote begins, right? Like, anyway, so the doors, with the door, right? The door toward the back of the ship, that's on the left.
Yeah.
Its handle begins to move on its own. It begins to turn, first to the right, and then to the left, then to the right again. It continues to turn back and forth. Not as fast as I described. It's a slow turn, a very gradual turn, but because the handle is oblong, right? It's not a circle handle. Yeah, you can. Okay, it's a modern doorknob. Okay, you don't see many modern. You can tell that whoever owned this ship must be quite wealthy because doorknobs there usually aren't doorknobs. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's usually just a push and pull door. But so this guy must be wealthy.
I'm gonna quickly glance behind me. Are the other doors doing that as well, or is it just this one?
Just this one. Just this one.
Alright, I'll slowly make my way over there, ready with my glaive ready.
Okay.
I'll be following right behind.
You approach the door. It doesn't jump out at you, right? It doesn't like turn into a mimic and try to eat you, but the door handle continues moving at the same rate. You know, just keeps moving back and forth.
I'm gonna silently motion for the person following me to go to the side of the door that it looks like it would open in the way up and open it so I can attack whatever's behind it if it's hostile and you're behind a wall.
Yes,
or just a
okay.
door.
Oliver steps around you and opens the doorknob, and he turns the doorknob slowly. You can see him crouch slightly as if he wants to jump back if anything leaps out, but when he opens the door, it's just another room. A rather dark room, of course. And, well, the door handle continues to turn. Oliver releases the handle and steps into the room to look around. He's in there for about a second before he quickly comes back out. And you can see that his eyes are wide. It looks like there was something in there that frightened him.
I guess I'll advance into the room.
Yes. In the room, you see you see, it's about a 10-foot wide room by about 20 feet long. On either side of the room, lined against the walls, there's like 2-layer beds, right? I don't know what they're called.
Bunk beds?
Yeah, those bunk beds. You can see that the wooden frame of the beds has like these, like, silver embellishments on the vertical posts. Yet again, some more evidence of how wealthy this guy is.
So that's actual silver rather than just paint?
Well, you touch it. The wood is the same temperature as everything. Well, okay, no. The wood is not as cold as this silver. You feel the silver. It does feel cold compared to the wood, so you think that it is metal. Now, as for it actually being silver, you don't know. It might be silver. It might be some metal enchanted to look like silver.
Well, worst case scenario, we just pull apart the beds and take the posts. I mean, they'll be useful as at least fancy firewood.
Yes.
Like, I guess I'll turn to Oliver and ask what scared him out of the room.
He describes a low mound of flesh with some waving tentacles. It looked vaguely squid-like. He says that it looked kind of like a squid, yes.
I assume I don't see that.
No, you don't see it.
Oh, that can't be good.
Looks like we have a mystery on our hands. Okay.
Also, Oliver's voice kind of sounds like Scooby-Doo, and so I'm not gonna do the voice. Like, I do not want to do that voice, you know? Like,
Ruh-roh.
yeah. By the way, I just wanted you to know, Oliver was played by that guy who left earlier. What was his name?
The one who had to watch his dog?
No, not for the dog. No, that Craftosaurus 61.
The guy who just disappeared?
Yeah, the guy who just disappeared. No, the guy who left for his dog. He's I know his character is
Petting my
much
lizard.
easier to do, but I'm not gonna have him do much here.
He's clearly just playing with the giant lizard.
Anyway,
So, if there's nothing in here, I'm just gonna make a mental note of the bedpoles and leave the room.
yes. As you leave, you hear a quiet noise from behind you. Sounds kind of like a waka waka.
Turn my head.
The room looks the same.
I'll shrug my shoulders and leave.
You hear the sound again, but louder. Waka 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 waka.
Getting Pac-Man vibes. My character doesn't know enough about that or anything about it to infer that. So I'm just gonna walk into the part that's lit and keep an eye out for anything.
The handle of
Magical.
the door is still turning back and forth.
Kind of figured that would be the case. I don't exactly have the best perception or magical knowledge. I guess I can just roll perception to see if I can figure out anything.
Would I be right next to him?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so then I will.
Oh, whoops. I forgot it was an exclamation point.
Perception. Oh, did you link your character sheet to D&D Beyond or to Discord?
I didn't know I could actually do that. I just assumed it was only with roll 20.
It's slash
Okay,
R.
good. Good, my active character is a Bon. Good, I want to keep it that way.
It's slash R then, okay.
Slash R what?
I know, I'm just trying to figure something out real here. Discord integration, that's where it is. Right, Discord.
There we go.
Yeah.
So that's a 20 on my perception.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were doing perception checks. Okay. You see, the wood of the door has small little black specks on it. But in the room, you don't see anything out of order. Just looks like a bunch of beds. You don't see anything under the beds. Just floor. I mean, more broken glass and, well, not broken glass, more glass and cloth, but not. You don't see Pac-Man. you don't.
Knew what that was.
Yeah. What?
Never mind.
Okay. So did you say you were going to look in the other room? Did you say this?
No, I did not say that. I was just keeping an eye out to see if something followed me, but if I haven't perceived anything, I guess I will investigate one of the other rooms.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to set up my link from Roll20.
The
Not
door.
Roll20, I mean just D&D Beyond it.
The door, the other door, the door next to the one you opened, its handle is hot. Not like too hot that it burns your hand, but it's hot, you know? It's much hotter than the things around you. It's warm as if it had been sitting in the sun all day, but it's in a shady spot.
So something unnatural is happening. Oh, hello, Booty.
Yo, I'm back. That took a lot
Been an
less.
hour already?
What? By the way, what's happening?
Oh,
Really hot door handle.
yeah. Yeah.
What?
Okay, so they explored one of the doors that was in the lower deck of the ship, one of the rooms in there. Booty Slay, your character pocketed a rectangular prism made of some dense metal. You're pretty sure it's like lead or something, but you pocketed it. Put it in your pocket.
Nice.
Yeah. You got like a lead ingot now. Small lead ingot.
Wonder how that'll help me.
Well, clearly you're gonna throw it at someone.
Indeed. Maybe I shall.
You can shape it into a pommel. Then it'll deal extra damage.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can put it in the pommel of my maul.
Maybe you can grind it up and use it to poison someone.
Well, lead poisoning is a thing, but I have no idea how I'll be able to conceal that.
Very carefully and with magic, I'd imagine, but I have no idea.
Well, one of you guys are gonna have to help me with that, because I am all muscle and no magic.
I think we're in a
Ouch.
similar boat.
Alright, so what are we doing so far then? What's the plan?
We have a ghost Pac-Man, maybe.
So let's kill it.
We haven't seen it. We've just heard the Waka Waka.
Interesting. I smashed through the walls to try and find it.
when you smash the wall, a loud, like, bellow was heard. It says, "Oh yeah!" Yes.
Meme ghost. As you smash through a wall, my guy's just rubbing his face.
You go,
at having
yeah.
seen someone do that.
You smash through the wall instead of going through the door that's right beside you. And you see in this room there is sitting a large and round item.
Interesting.
It's about the size of a... I don't know, what is this the size of?
Almost the size of my ex's tits.
No, not quite that big. But it's a decent size.
Alright, I'm just gonna pick this up and I'll take it over to my friends and say, "Hey guys, I found something in the room I just smashed." Hey, you guys know what this thing is?
Do we?
Well, okay. Now that you've gotten into the light, it is orange with some black lines running around it.
Hey, wait a minute. This is the Pac-Man we're looking for. So what now? Do we beat it up?
You see, you're gonna beat it up.
No, I don't know. I was asking.
You
Not
see,
try and break a magic orb.
Yeah, I'm not gonna flex this thing to death. I'm just very confused as to what we should do with this thing. Is there like any magical white fruit nearby that we could feed it?
Is that the thing that I detected with my spell?
I mean, I'm gonna say that it's still active, and this seems to be the, like, the center of the necromancy. You couldn't really detect it earlier because it was through a wall, but you see, I mean, I don't know if detect magic go through walls. I don't think it does, but the orb does seem to be the center of the necromancy. It does seem to be the thing that the necromancy is radiating from.
The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead.
Oh, really?
Or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Really?
Hey, I have some lead.
Wood. That's interesting. Huh, I did not know it could go through walls. Well, I will remember that.
So what do we do with this necromancy orb? Do we smash it now or do we smash it later?
Take it to the church. Give me a second. I just had the name up. The Church of
Ew,
Solace,
we're taking it to religious fanatics.
And let them decide. As you say religious fanatic, I'm just gonna glare at you.
Alright, you're boring.
I'm just gonna stare at you. Do you have a better idea?
My better idea is keeping it.
You want to keep a potentially malevolent magic item.
I don't see the problem with that. But hey, we can give it to the church, I guess. I'm gonna take your lack of answer as a yes. We can keep it.
No, I say we give it to the church.
Alright.
Yes, let the people who actually might know what this is handle it.
Alright, well, for the meantime, you guys want to keep exploring the ghost ship?
Probably.
All right. Have we already? How much of the ghost ship have we already covered?
Two rooms and the hole in the ship we jumped into.
Oh, we jumped into a hole.
Yes.
All right. Then what's left? Are any more rooms we could discover?
There are two.
Two doors.
I shall
on
smash
this
through
floor.
to one of the
By the
first
way,
ones.
I'm just gonna say, in the room that you Kool-Aid manned into, there were bunk beds lining the walls. Both of these rooms were like for people to sleep in, and from the number of beds, there must have been a lot of people here. I mean, there were like you've seen, I think, 14 beds. I think. Wait, 14. Let's see.
So
And then we get that.
14 would
No,
be
not
28
14
crew.
beds. 30 beds. Yeah, you've seen 30
Oh,
beds. Yeah.
so-
Yeah, that makes
that's
more sense.
Only-
60 people.
60 people? What?
It's bunk beds.
Oh,
So it's two people per bed.
Wait, let's. I gotta think about this. Well, then in that case, you've seen 15. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just
All
All right. 30 beds total. 15 bunk beds.
16.
Yeah,
Oh,
15
anyway.
beds. Means
So-
there are 60 of those wooden poles that have the mysterious, potentially silver metal in it.
Anyway, there are two other rooms.
Gonna open one of the other door rooms.
Would you like the left or the right door? The left door has a purple stripe. It's
I'll
vertical.
say the right door.
The right door has a red stripe that's vertical.
Yeah. Red door.
Okay.
Door with the red stripe.
It smells awful in there. You open the door, it smells awful. It smells like rotting meat.
That's how you know we're going the right direction, boys.
You look in and you see a creature with a pale red abdomen and long legs. It looks like some kind of insect, or maybe a very large spider. Its
Is it like 20 feet away from me, hopefully?
It's about 10 feet away from you.
Ah. Okay.
And by the way, each of its legs are about 5 feet long. If it straightens out its joints, so it's yeah.
Does it immediately react to us?
It appeared to be eating something, and it turns around to look at you.
Does this thing have any way of speaking, or does it speak our language in any way?
It doesn't say anything.
I don't suppose anyone knows a telepathy spell?
I can't speak through people's minds.
I mean, Oliver attempts to say something. None of you know what he's saying. Just sounds like a series of growls. And the spider responds by tapping one of its legs on the floor 3 times. Oliver doesn't know what this means.
Patience has broke down. Can we identify what it was eating?
Well, you can see that the thing it was eating has... I mean, it appears to, it has a shoe.
Probably a person.
You can't see much of it, but you can see that it was wearing a shoe.
So it's a giant spider that eats people. It
Yes.
needs to die. So I'm gonna, if it's 10 feet away from me, I'm gonna attack it with my glaive.
I don't want to scream at it. Hey, vile monster! Speak or die!
Plus 8. There's a 10 hit.
Yes.
Right.
So are we in combat now, or
I mean, I guess you are.
Do any of us know what this particular type of creature is?
No, you don't.
Then I shall call this a new species, and I will call it the daddy long legs.
Okay.
Everybody attack the daddy long legs.
Plus 4. That's 12 damage. And my second attack. A 23.
That hits.
At 6 damage, and I'll take a bonus action to use my Polearm Mastery to take another swing at it. Yeah. That's a natural 20.
Oh.
So I guess I'd just do 2d4 damage instead of the 1d4.
When did the D4 come into this? I thought you were using a polearm. Isn't that?
I am. My Polearm Mastery feat lets me, on a successful attack, make 1d4 an extra attack of 1d4
As a bonus action.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a bonus action.
okay. Yes, 2d4.
Yeah, so that's 11 damage. And then
Your hits. Wait, what? Oh wait, what?
Okay, so I just hit it like 3 times
Yes.
for a total of 12, 16, 27 damage. And with that, I'm going to take 5-foot step backwards, and that's my turn.
Also, it's 29 damage, not 27.
Oh, okay.
You cut off 2 of its legs and leave a deep slice in its body. It looks up at you, and it looks angry, but then it kind of stumbles away, and I don't know, you don't really know where it goes because it's a dark corner.
Dark vision.
It's magically dark corner.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, who's casting the magical darkness, though?
I blame the orb.
We destroy the orb!
Well, no.
You know, I'm not entirely against
So-
that.
Well,
I'm
no,
gonna
like,
add-
the corner was lit, but the spider walked over there and made it dark so you couldn't see it.
Okay, now since it's
So the
away
creature
from,
has spells!
okay, so it's away from the body it was eating. Can we identify it now?
Yes, it is some kind of humanoid.
Oh, well.
I mean, it has legs. It doesn't. You don't know where its head went, and you can see its exposed ribs because the spider had eaten it. Over there, had eaten its chest and a part of its abdomen. It's quite grotesque.
Well, I can probably keep this thing in this room while you guys explore the rest of the ship. Or we can just double down and exterminate this spider.
Not only did you come and hurt it without it doing anything to you, but now it's just it
A
crawled over.
person.
It didn't do anything to you, and then it crawled into a corner and like implies that you should leave it alone, and now you want to keep fighting it, man. What did it do to you, man?
Eat a person.
You would also eat a person if you were hungry.
Are we currently in a kitchen, by the way?
No, we were next to a room where people ate food, but this is...
I'm gonna grab a little snacky snack myself. Let's see what's in the fridge.
I
There's
don't
some
think this place is
barrels
seen.
there's some barrels of flour, but it smells like rotted blood. And there's also some there's also what looks like it used to be cheese, but it's rotten and it smells like rotting meat. And also the cheese is all red and rotting, and so is the flour, and everything smells like rotting meat and blood.
Well,
Dang.
It's nasty.
I'm going to assume this kind of necromancy is what my church is against.
Yes.
So I'm going to voice my words and say, we either investigate this ship or I start burning it to the ground. Or C.
Isn't this a ghost ship, though?
Yes.
Oh well, at least maybe it still burns. Still, though, we should look for some treasure.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean,
let
you
guys
thought that
do
if it was... No, you would thought that when it was described as a ghost ship, it would be like a ship that was a ghost. But it appears to you that it's a ship that has ghosts. Like...
Interesting. What
They're
a
not
turning
mutually
point.
Exclusive.
Yes, I agree they're not mutually exclusive, but,
Well, I'm gonna ask.
Oh well.
I'm gonna ask my two companions. Should we just butcher this spider and continue, or should I keep it in here while you guys look around?
Personally,
I'm
at this
fine with
point,
either one.
at this rate, we might as well just finish it off for mercy's sake.
Oliver comes in and very, very carefully takes one of the legs that you cut off and drags it over to the area of the ship that's well lit. So, and he begins to kind of get a close look at the leg. While he's dragging it, the leg twitches slightly, and it appears to spook Oliver, but he keeps dragging it. The leg does twitch a few more times while Oliver is examining it in the sunlight.
Alright.
Anyway, you're going to go butcher the spider, alright.
I'm gonna stand guard until I have more information, since someone seems to know what may come up with more information.
What's going on?
I'm waiting until Oliver finishes examining the leg I cut off. And
I'll go look around the ship while you're doing that.
okay.
So I go oh yeahing up other walls for other rooms, and I'm trying to see what's going to happen after I go inside of those rooms. What do I
Well,
find?
there's one.
I think there's one other room.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask, do you want to go through the wall of the red room into the purple room, or do you want to, like, go through the door?
Go through the red wall.
Okay. You burst out of the red wall into the... You go through the wall of the red room into the purple room, which is not purple on the inside.
Interesting. Is it another one of those, like, bedrooms?
No, it appears to be... I mean, you see a desk on one side of the room, and with what appears to be and there's like on the walls there's some what appears like it used to be tapestries, but they're almost all but like the tapestries are rotted away. Almost all parts of the tapestries have rotted away. There's a few pieces on the floor that are still intact enough that you can see some colors, but I mean they're small pieces. And they're rotting.
Can I go look at the desks? See, is there anything concealed there?
You try to open some of the drawers, but the mold that got into the wood has swollen the boards. Unlike in the bedrooms where the wood was untouched by mold, this desk is kind of moldy.
Alright, then I'm gonna try and use my hand axe to see if I can't cut some of the wood to make it easier to open.
You do. You cut a few pieces of the wood, and they fall off, and you're able to open. You manage to open one of the drawers. One of the other ones, even after you cut a few pieces of wood off, it appears that it's just like stuck. You assume it's like rusted or something, but you're also surprised that this has drawers because getting like the oil to oil drawers and maintaining these what are they called? Coasters, I think they're called. It's rather expensive to keep maintaining these.
Then maybe whoever had them was wealthy. Does that mean that there's oil, that we might find some oil in this room? Actually, scratch that. This is probably gonna be really old oil.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna say this. I know that I'm explaining everything to you, and it might sound condescending. I'm not saying that you're stupid, it's just that the only time you can hear me say something, like you only hear me say something once, and so you can't go back and think about what like all the things I'm saying mean, which is why I tell you what everything means. Because like when I write, like when I write stories, people can look at it and know what it means, so I don't put on those tags, right? But for you, you only hear these things once, so I mean, I have to tell you what they mean, or you won't figure it out, right? Like, I'm not saying you're stupid, it's just that, it's just because of the way that D&D is. Anyway, so, you do find a flask of oil in the drawer you opened, but it looks fresh, but, okay, well, let's see. It doesn't look fresh, but it looks like it flows. I mean, you look into the flask and you move it around, and the oil does flow, but it doesn't smell like it's fresh oil, and it's discolored. You also see in the drawer a stone.
Is it just like a regular rock, or does it have a rune on it?
No, it's like a rectangular stone with a pyramid on one end, and you see, it's wider at one side than another. That it has first it has gently sloping sides, and then a short pyramid, right? Overall, the stone is about 1 foot long and about 3 inches at the base. Like 3 inches wide at the square base, yeah.
Interesting.
It has some runes on it, some arcane runes, but you don't know what they mean.
I think our wizards or clerics might be interested in this. I'm gonna head back through the hole in the wall that I created, and I'm gonna take the rock over to who was it again? Vem Charger? What's your character's name?
Arviston. You just call him Arv.
Alright, I'm gonna take it over to Arv, and I'm gonna hand it to him, and I'm gonna say, I found this in a drawer. Do you know what this means or what it is?
More importantly, was this drawer filled with underwear? Because if so, I
I did
don't
not
want.
find underwear, but I found a strange bottle of liquid that I feel strange complexion to try and drink it.
Bottoms up, go for it.
You say drinking strange liquid. I'm just gonna say, don't drink liquids you don't know about.
Well, you never know. It might give me immortal life. Fingers crossed. I get superpowers.
I'm not gonna try and stop you. Drink the mysterious liquid.
I chug it.
Okay. You feel a strange effect. Where
I'm feeling something.
and the page unloaded. Now I gotta go okay, now I gotta wait for my Google Doc to load that says what this does.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
get fingers crossed, boys.
Turn into a zombie.
Do I go
All right.
mad?
Alright, so it tastes spicy.
Ooh.
Very, very spicy oil. And it also tastes kind of acidic. A tang, like rust. Is rust acidic? I'm pretty sure it's tangy. Pretty sure rust is tangy.
I've never tasted rust, so I can't tell you.
So your gut, you feel in your gut like there's a fire in there. You don't really you don't know what it means, but you feel stronger, right? You feel tougher.
Ooh. I guess you could say I literally have a fire inside me.
We're all fired up.
Alright, guys, I need to go find something to kill right now. I'm
Have that
pumped.
giant spider I point out.
Where did it crawl to? To that dark corner? I go over to that dark corner and I smash it.
You swing your hammer down, as if you are trying to pound a railroad spike into the ground. The spider releases its cloak and tries to raise its legs to form a sort of shield, but you break through it and crack the spider's exoskeleton. A dark red fluid begins to flow from this crack. It flows slowly, but you have made it bleed. You're surprised. You didn't think that the blood of a spider would be red. You'd think that it would be a different color, maybe black, maybe, but not red.
Interesting. Boys, I heard the thing.
Do you want to burn it? We could burn
I
the
do
boat
want
down.
to burn it.
All right, let's leave the boat.
Alright, boys. I cracked this
I'm gonna-
endoskeleton. It has nothing to protect it
As they
from the
leave,
fire.
I'm gonna ask the spider if you were a person, tap the ground twice.
One of its legs twitches and touches the ground twice.
I immediately apologize to it profusely.
You see more cracks begin to form in the exoskeleton of this spider. Before
I'm gonna.
it and by the time these cracks reach its head, when the crack reaches its head, it suddenly like implodes into a black spot, and you see the light around this spot kind of warp, right? and it just, after the entire spider is compressed into this hole, the hole just winks out of existence.
That something that used to be a person. On the other hand, it was eating something. On the other hand, yet again, this is a ghost ship, so burn it to the ground.
And on the other hand, the person that was a spider was eating another person, so I don't think we need to do too much investigating into this.
Yep. I'm just going to postulate to the group, the orb corrupted everyone on the ship. They either killed and ate each other or disappeared.
You see that Oliver has gathered one of the bedposts and cut it into 3 pieces. Oliver has laid out these 3 pieces beside the leg. He comes to take this, the small obelisk. Do you give him the obelisk? He comes to take it from you. Are you going to give it to him?
I'm going to say give it to him.
Are you going to let him take the obelisk from your hands?
Is it in my hands still?
No, I thought the Booty Slayer had it.
I'll give it to
Found
him.
it and handed it off.
And he also tries to take the orb.
You know what? He can have the Pac-Man orb.
Yeah, okay. He takes both of these items and places them beside the leg and posts. He begins to wave his hands and do some kind of moves with his body and feet. As you begin to see these small, cyan-colored sparks come out of his hands, and eventually these sparks begin to hang for longer and longer in the air, before they begin to swirl around the items. After a bit of swirling and swirling, these 4 items just kind of disappear inside of this shower of sparks. When Oliver, upon seeing that they disappeared, he looks down. He looks very surprised. But he shrugs his shoulders and tries to climb up the mast to get to the upper deck.
Call over my mount and just have it drop the rope tied around it into the hole. And climb up that way.
Oh, so... Okay, are you, So are you all going to go up to the upper deck, then? That's what I assume that you were going to... That's what I got from this. So you're saying that you're all going to go up to the upper deck, right?
I mean,
Yes.
I am.
Okay. You look around, something looks off. You don't know what it is, but something just looks off. I mean, the horse and the cart are still on the land. The lizard is still with you on the ship, and the rope is still tied to one of the posts of the pier and also tied to the mast. You know, either end of the rope is tied to these 2 poles. You don't know what's wrong, but something's wrong. Something looks different. You just can't place your finger on it.
The fact that the rope wasn't tied to anything except for my lizard.
Yep, we're burning the boat.
Yes, but we always keep... whenever we try and burn the boat, we always get a plot twist.
I climbed down the rope.
Alright.
I'm gonna
Climb down the
tell
rope,
my...
get down to the pier.
Hold on, BRB.
So what are we waiting on?
Somebody said that they would be right back.
Someone did.
All right, I'm back. What's happened?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, you said something, and then we all just stopped.
I said be right back.
Now,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna just tell my lizard to hop off the boat and follow it.
By the way, did you did you are you gonna take your rope with you, or are you gonna leave it here? Just wondering.
The rope's tied around my lizard.
No, the rope was tied to the boat, as
Yeah.
he just explained.
One end of the rope was tied to the mast. The other end of the rope was tied to a post on the pier.
Okay, well, the thing is, I never did that, so I'm just gonna leave the possessed rope alone.
All right then.
I don't mess with necromancy.
So
So when I do get to the pier, I will cut it off from the pier, so it's only on the boat now.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, of course, you are the last person to go, and then you cut it, and the boat begins to, you see the rope fall into the water, and then slowly begin to drift away. Now, you look up to the boat, think, oh, you wonder if it's moving, but it doesn't look like it's moving. The rope's moving quite quickly toward the boat, but I mean, you don't see the rope, like, coiling around the mast, and you don't see the boat moving away, but it's almost as if the rope is getting shorter.
Okay, I'm gonna ask if anyone has anything to light one of my crossbow bolts on fire.
Oliver provides Oliver pulls out a small vial of a green fluid and puts a few drops of it on a crossbow bolt. He then, flicks his fingers and lets out a few sparks to light it.
Right? Take aim and fire at the sailing mast.
You miss the mast, but you hit a part of the deck.
Good enough.
Yeah. And, you know, you see that I mean, a fire begins to come tall, and it's a red color, and reddish orange. I mean, it looks like the planks have caught fire. You begin to get this kind of this dizziness, this urge that, and you feel like you want to just take one of those boards, just swim over to the ship, take one of those boards and bite it. You just get this urge.
I'm going to inform the rest of the party. We should probably start backing away.
wholeheartedly agree.
Never charge toward danger.
If you charge towards it, I will hit you in the gut with my glaives.
Here in D&D, burger bite you.
Yeah, that thing's clearly a mimic.
Man, I'll stay back with everyone
Did you just
else,
say that's
man.
a Namekian? A Namekian. Like Piccolo. Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, I said a mimic.
Oh.
A cursed one.
Oh, okay.
A necromantic mimic.
Ah.
That's a thing.
Oh, a necromimic. Okay. Alright. So you're gonna. So
watch the ship burn while slowly backing away.
Same here.
Okay. So you back away from the ship. Go and start walking back over to your horses and cart.
On to finding that lead for the Shadow Plague.
So where to now? Drop this off?
I think we're supposed to go investigate the Shadow Plague thing. We can drop off the... We don't have anything to drop off because it disappeared when Oliver did some magic voodoo to it.
Oliver expresses that he doesn't know what happened to the things.
And I just nodded and I said it disappeared when we did magic voodoo. Those are the words I use.
Yes.
I'm back on my mount of a giant lizard. I look at the rest of the group saying, anything else before we go hunt down that lead on the Shadow Plague?
No, I guess not.
You go to, you know, pat down your horses, make sure that they're fine when... Well, one of the horses is, cold. Very cold. It's not like the horse is, like, shivering or acting cold, but rather, when you go to touch it, you know, pat all the flies off of it, it's icy. Very icy feeling horse.
A possessed horse, we have to kill it. The loss, but I think we can cope with the loss of a horse. I ask Oliver if he knows the spell Speak with Dead.
He does not.
Interesting.
Solution. More fire. Or more realistically, I'm going to tie a rope around that horse's neck and body. And how far out is the pier?
The pier extends about 30 feet into the water. It's a rather long pier.
And how deep does it look? Is it tall? Is it deeper than the horse is tall?
Yes. At the end
Alright.
of it, it is much deeper than that.
Alright, I'm going to give the horse about 10 feet of rope around it, tie it to the pier, and I think we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to push it in to the water.
What a savage.
It's going to eventually tire itself out and drown.
I'm not sure how that works.
Just don't exactly have unlimited stamina. It's deeper than it is, and it doesn't have enough room on its rope to escape, so it is going to drown eventually.
You are evil.
I'm practical. That horse is possessed.
Well, you could have
Are
just,
you guys
like...
seeing what I'm seeing, though?
Any better ideas, I'll go with that, but... I mean, I could just execute the horse if you guys want me to just straight up murder it.
Oh, but the poor horsey.
Look, if you can come up with a way to make sure it's not possessed, I'll let it live.
I'll give it a hug.
Don't stop him.
I give the horse a big hug. Oh, it's in the water.
Yeah, it's in the water. It's you know, yeah, the horse is already in the water. It's kind of like flailing around and trying to stay
I never
up.
actually...
Wait,
I was more explaining
I thought you
the
pushed
plan
it in
than
there.
actually doing it. I said, unless you guys have a better plan, that's what I'm doing.
Oh,
Alright, just to make sure that there's no more undead around us, I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
Look at the horse, too, so we know what's happening with it.
Either way, it's going to die. You basically left it to drown.
It's still on the pier. Have yet to fully push it in.
Can I like? Are we still gonna drown it?
Unless you guys tell me not to. I don't
So-
want to
And
do
are
this.
not
but
able
it's
to
the best
tame the horse?
solution.
I think this seems like a cool horse to have as a mount.
When
I
you
mean-
look at the horse with your divine sense, it looks sticky. like when you try to like push your divine sense into it and feel its soul, it feels like you're trying to push your hand into tar. When you try to retract it, it sticks to you, right? And it's hard for you to pull your divine sense out, you know? For most things, you can easily penetrate it and then slide back out, you know? But this one,
I
it's
don't
sticky.
think that's what divine sense does.
Divine sense, you're feeling, yeah, you're penetrating its soul to see if it's like a celestial, a fae, a demon. That's what divine sense does, right?
As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Yeah. And in
Alright.
order to analyze what is like special and what isn't, you have to go touch everything's soul, right? Like, and the
I
thing
don't.
is, by the way, also when you do this, things like they get a feel. It's not like they like feel you doing it, but they have like a certain idea that something is trying to affect them.
Poke its
They don't
soul.
know how it's affecting them, and they don't know where you are, but they feel like something is trying to affect them. Okay? Okay, they just feel they feel like something's off. Anyway, but yeah, the horse feels sticky.
I have no idea what the feeling of sticky could mean, but let's go with it.
You don't know if it's a demon, you don't know if it's a celestial, you don't know what it is. Because you couldn't penetrate far enough into the sticky goop that is surrounding its soul. It's just
Okay, I'm
sticky.
just gonna cast Eldritch Blast. Yeah.
Jump away if
Man,
you launch
we're-
a spell at this, because I'm still standing next to you.
You know, maybe we should do a little bit of less murder hoboing, though.
But I don't think any of us have the ability to determine what's up with the horse other than there's something magically wrong with it. Actually, I'll ask Oliver if he knows anything about what's happening.
Watch it just be poisoned, and we just don't know.
I don't think poison affects the soul.
Oliver doesn't know what's happening. He listens to your description, and he doesn't know what happened.
I see three solutions. We murder it, we drown it, or we take it to a church and make it their problem. And then run the risk of this stickiness spreading.
Drown it.
I think if you bring it to a church, it'll just spread the stickiness. So, I guess, yeah, just drown it. To which I, say again, I cast Eldritch Blast.
I assume your Eldritch Blast pushes it into the water with an ability of it.
Yes.
Or is it
Well,
just-
the Eldritch Blast makes the horse. It burns the side of the horse, and it jumps, and then when it comes back down, it trips into the water.
By saying, so all we know is that that ship had something wrong with it. We lost a horse and I lost a rope.
Do you want me to blow up the ship? Because I can essentially blow up the ship.
The ship is already burned.
It's on fire. Yeah.
Ah, right.
It's over there.
Good.
I mean, by the way, in the time that you spent investigating the horse, the ship has moved. Like, it's it's moving away from you now, and it looks like in the time you investigated the horse, it looked like it moved at least 400 feet, maybe more. So it's over there, but it is
Is it
burning.
like? Is it any closer to caving in from the fire and just sinking?
No, and it doesn't look like it.
It's out of range of my crossbow. I don't have any other ranged weaponry, so I can't do anything about this.
It's out of my range too,
By
so
the
I
way,
guess we just.
By the way, I'm gonna ask. In order for it to like start caving in, doesn't that take a while? Cause it's only been burning for like it's not been that long. Okay, it's not been
Well, if
that long.
it's managed,
Like
I
doesn't
suppose.
yeah don't things take like half an hour before they cave in?
I'd imagine it would depend on the composition of the boat and what was used to augment the fire by arrow.
Yeah, and the
Crossbow bolt?
structure.
Yeah? Fine, I'll do that when this is done. Sorry about that.
Huh.
I felt that.
I'm very weirded out by what's going on.
Apologies, I just had to tell my sister something. The ship
It's
is
fine.
burning.
I guess we head out to a shadow plague.
Yep. So if we pass any churches, I will inform them of the events that transpired. Might as well spread the word that there's a burning magic ghost ship.
Okay. So you were going to. So you say that you were going to.
The place we were originally dispatched to.
Yeah, that place. Yeah, you're going to Ooh, I think that's what it was called. Wait, let me look this up. It doesn't say this on either of them. Where did I delete the document? I don't think I deleted it. It's gone. Okay, so I have a question for y'all. Do you want to end the session?
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Against it, but sure.
Okay, wait, you're against it, really? Why?
No, I said I'm not against it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, at some point, Booty Slayer, at some point, you don't know when, but you find in your pocket a small purple ball. It's kind of, it's kind of plastic, like it's rubber, like you can squish it, and it comes back to
Is
its
it
original
sticky?
shape. What?
Is it sticky?
No.
Oh man, if it were sticky.
It's
Divine Sense should probably check out the mysterious block of metal we found, as well as that ball.
Nah, it's the lead that I'm gonna use for my hilt.
I think it would have detected it as I did, because it's within 60 feet, so anything that was within
Yeah.
60 feet.
He did just say it appeared.
All divine sense it.
Uh-oh.
No?
oh, what?
Someone just cast divine sense on the ball.
Oh, I mean, it has, well, you're trying to feel the ball, but I mean, you feel like you want to fight the ball, but it doesn't seem to, and I mean, it has,
Is this a challenge?
you can tell it has some magic on it, but you don't know what it is. It doesn't, it doesn't feel celestial. It doesn't feel fey, it doesn't feel like it's from a devil. But I feel like there's some magic around, I feel like there's some magic on it that's making you want to fight it. Just to fight the small purple orb.
There's definitely an enchantment on it. That's all I can really say.
Maybe we can get it identified.
Probably a good call, I say, on top of my giant lizard. Speaking of which, I'm going to post a picture of what it looks like.
Is the live stream still going?
Let's see. Yes.
What platform are you streaming on?
I don't remember. But after, I mean, okay, I don't remember what platform I stream on, but while I stream, it also records at the same time and saves it to my internal drives, and I post it to YouTube afterward.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But as for where it streams to, I set it up on the first time I streamed, and I haven't changed the settings since then because I haven't needed to.
Fair. I suppose that's all then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I've got to go clean the kitchen.
All right. Session
Yeah.
again next Friday?
Hopefully.
Yep. Bye.
Later.
Alrighty then. I guess I'll dip then.
You okay, Fury?
I'm tired.
Yeah, it's a mood.
Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next week. So good luck, and keep it real.